amidst Disney Marvel and Disney Star Wars just plummeting and ruining the established franchises and names that they have taken over, we went from a point of people saying, this is it now. This is Star Wars now. Get over it. You can't have your Star Wars. You can't have your fandoms because we're changing everything and we're making it all more modern day, and you're just going to have to like it because this is what's up. Well, then all of a sudden, sales go down, viewership goes down. Look what's going on with the MCU right now. And it's, surprise Pikachu face. People aren't watching. Now Daisy Ridley is practically begging people to watch whatever is next in the Star Wars trash fire mess, because this upcoming Rey-centric story, it's worth telling. We need to see it. It's important. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into this article from Bounding Into Comics. The headline reads, Daisy Ridley says upcoming Rey-centric Star Wars film has a story that's really worth telling, worth exploring. Let's see what that could be, because when you have a character that starts out as perfect, where can you go from there? Where can you go? Not only start out as perfect, but just there wasn't much substance with that character in general anyway. Like, I'm surprised people watched 3 movies. It was a chore, I'll say that much. It was a chore to watch those movies. In perhaps the most hard to believe assertions ever uttered in the Disney Star Wars era, actress Daisy Ridley has claimed that the franchise's upcoming Rey film will feature a story really worth telling. Man, it's funny whenever it was like, oh, Disney buys Star Wars, Disney buys Marvel. I remember at a time just being kind of worried about, oh, wow, a monopoly now. All of a sudden, Disney's just going to have everything. This is going to be a mess. And I think I am pleasantly surprised by, instead of people just consume. Yes, nom, consume. Can't say anything bad about this cooking. It's burnt, but hey, consume. Turns out not everybody's like that, thank goodness. Okay. And just watching the mess unfold has been quite the experience. Watching the Marvels movie slated at losing like hundreds of millions of dollars, okay? Watching Disney beg us to watch their Star Wars crap. It's funny. All right, let's continue. Ridley, whose most notable credits to this day remain her 3 appearances throughout the sequel trilogy, offered her take on the quality of her character's upcoming solo outing during a recent interview given to The Hollywood Reporter's Brian Davids. Following a lengthy discussion of Ridley's new film, The Marsh King's Daughter, Davids closed out. She had a film that sold so that, it was embarrassing, the turnout for it. But anyway, let's continue. I'm getting off topic. Closed out his time with the actress by asking if she could provide any insight into the basic course of events that preceded the Rey film's surprise announcement at April's 2023 Star Wars Celebration event. In turn, Ridley recalled, the basic course is when I was at Sundance, I did not know. I shot my movie Magpie when I got back, and I had a breakfast with Kathy Kennedy. Okay, that I thought was just breakfast. And then it was mentioned, so I thought about it. I loved the story, and I was like, okay, Kathleen Kennedy sat her down, and she's like, okay, we already added a woman, and we did make her lame. Now for the next film, let's make her gay. That must have been the discussion. There you go. Things then happened quite quickly, and it felt like I was instantaneously on a stage being introduced by director Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy, The actress continued. It honestly took me back to being 20 or 21, however old I was when Star Wars The Force Awakens was announced. I was petrified. I was overwhelmed. I was really nervous, but the response was really wonderful. And I'm genuinely really excited about the next one. To this day, what the crap? To this end, Ridley concluded her time with Davids by turning to the film's plot itself, ultimately teasing, I haven't read anything, but I know the story. Okay, so Kathleen Kennedy, okay, she told her the story. It's really worth telling, worth exploring, and I think people will be excited. Interestingly, Ridley's word choice seems to suggest that the actress may not be privy to that many more details. Exactly, because I'm thinking, how much can you really know over a breakfast conversation? How much can you really know? All right. So that many more details regarding Rey's next outing then have already been publicly detailed by the aforementioned Kennedy. Giving her first tease to the film's plot in a post-Star Wars Celebration interview given to IGN, the Lucasfilm's president detailed of its premise. Well, we're 15 years out from Rise of Skywalker, so we're kind of post-war, post-First Order, and the Jedi are in disarray. And there's a lot of discussion around who are the Jedi, what are they doing, what's the state of the galaxy. And she's attempting to rebuild the Jedi Order based on the books, based on what she promised Luke. So that's where we're going. Asked in follow-up whether Luke's failed attempt to rebuild the Order would play any part in the story, Kennedy asserted, I don't know, as we'll spend a lot of time in flashbacks. Fun! Wow! Or Force Ghost, or things like that. But certainly the spirit of what he represents to her is going to be significant. Elaborating on the film's plot in a later interview with Empire, Kennedy added that it would see the First Order has fallen. The Jedi are in chaos. There's even a question of how many exist anymore. And Rey's building the new Jedi Order. Oh, wow. She's going to be the queen of the Jedi Order, you guys. Based on the text that she was given and that Luke imparted on her. Luckily for Ridley, it seems she'll have ample time to get acquainted with the film's story. As of writing, the film has yet to receive an official release date. Dude, they need to just can it. Just can it. How much are they going to keep running Star Wars into the ground? How, like, oh, bro. I say stick to what's good. Pretend like the last trilogy just never even existed. My personal favorite are the prequel trilogy movies. I know. But yeah, ultimately, yes, I think we all can unanimously agree we are sick of Disney and their bullcrap. We are sick and tired of them rolling in. They're appeasing a lot of the Troon army on Twitter, those type of people who aren't even really fans of these franchises. And the thing is what really demonstrates a lot of this is whenever it comes to, especially now, when it comes to actual ticket sales, when it comes to the ROI, okay, it's not there. You might get a bunch of likes on Twitter, and probably a lot of them are bots. But even if it is a bunch of these troons and stuff, they don't have money and they're not buying tickets. And I think they don't really care. They care more about the activism side of things than they care about the actual product. And we see this with Tomb Raider as well. Sorry, not sorry. I'm talking about Tomb Raider again because I've seen this within the community, right? Notice there's a huge chunk of, now some people like the rebooted stuff and they aren't in this culture war, but there are a lot, the really loud ones who are just aggressive and hateful toward classic Tomb Raider fans, those of us who want to see classic Lara Croft return, right? They don't want to see us happy. They care more about us not getting what we want than they do at the actual product. And I think this also applies to some of the Star Wars fan base as well. So maybe you will be able to relate. But I'm just saying, for example, with Tomb Raider, we saw recently all of these crossovers, all this stuff. There's these unification efforts that we're seeing within crossovers that look like garbage, right? The Magic the Gathering stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, why don't just if you're not going to give us actual classic Lara Croft, then don't waste your time with this retarded unification crap. It just looks stupid. So anyway, we had the Call of Duty Lara Croft that they released, and she looked ridiculous. Definitely did not, it just looked like an angry Karen in a Lara Croft cosplay. It just was not giving actual Lara Croft, not in her look, not in how they made her personality and her voice lines, all that stuff. It just missed the mark on more levels than one. So a lot of the classic fans were just like, hey, this ain't it, blah, blah, blah. And oh my goodness, all these reboot stands that hate the classic fans. Oh, she's the moment. She's the queen. The queen has arrived. The queen has returned. Well, they go all on and on and on and on and on. And then sure enough, all it takes is like a month, less than that, a couple weeks. And they're not talking about her anymore. They don't give a crap. They want to pretend like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever. I'm so obsessed, this and that. But then they're still not talking about her. And guess who everybody is talking about? The remaster's coming out. We're still talking about it. It's been announced like 2 months ago. We're still talking about it. Classic Lara is still constantly being talked about because she stands the test of time. Not any of this reboot crap. It's a bunch of pretenders that want to pretend like they're part of the fan base, and they'll, oh, wow, this is amazing. But then, okay, I'm going to forget. Because they don't give a toss. Anyway, there you have it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It is Thanksgiving holiday week. I will be taking some time off for that. I'll still have uploads for my Bible Time with Melanie Mac channel every day because I will be pre-recording those, so you can check those there. But this channel, I'll see you guys again on Monday. Thank you all so much again for hanging out with me. I'll catch you next time. And in the meantime, go boom.